Hi there and welcome to this week's Tech Talk. It's a show where this week we're putting questions to Chris that the viewers have sent in. So he's going to try and answer all your problems. Hello, Chris.
Hi, Tracy. Good to be back.
Good. Good to see you.
Yeah.
And your new shirt.
Yeah. Yes, it's the latest fashion from the Chinese shop, apparently.
Yeah, a little bit on the small side.
Yes.
Right. So, one of the viewers has said, how can I watch BBC iPlayer in Spain?
Okay, that's a good question. Well, the good news is you can. Now, what the BBC do is they put up things called geofences.
Right.
And what this means is they can tell from your IP address where you're located in the world. And basically the BBC and the ITV and all the rest of them, they say, right, people only within the UK can watch our programmes officially. It's all to do with broadcasting rights, advertising rights, this kind of thing. I don't know the exact reason why they don't allow it. It's something to do with that. So they put up these little geofences and their servers say, oh, that customer's not in the UK. They block it and it comes up on your screen. You're not in the UK, you can't watch this. Now, those geofences are quite easy to overcome. And it's perfectly legal, absolutely legal. Because a geofence is put up by a private entity. It has no legal standing. It's not like a government thing. No. It's just the BBC, to appease their advertisers and whatever, the people that give them the rights to broadcast, that they're doing their very best to stop people that aren't supposed to be watching it from watching it. Right. But there's no legal reason why you can't. If you've got the means to watch it outside of the UK, then there's no legal means for you not to.
Even the licensing?
Absolutely not. Now, that's a good question, actually. The BBC, not just the BBC now, but in the UK, you have the TV licence. Okay. Now, that is not actually anything other than a British tax to British subjects.
Another one, yeah.
Yes, and it's, if you have a device to receive broadcasts, you have to pay a tax to the government. But it's only valid for the UK. Obviously, UK can't charge people outside of the UK tax for watching their programmes. And the legal stand, we at CompuServe, because we show BBC and all that on our TV system, we got a media solicitor to look at this for us. Right. And basically, if a company, the BBC for example, put out a broadcast that is free to air, that means if it's there, you can watch it, you haven't got to pay any money for it, and you have the means to pick it up anywhere in the world, perfectly fine. No legal thing about it. Right. It's like for the satellite dishes, in the UK, you've got a little dish like this because the satellite beam is narrowed down as much as it can, so only people in the UK can pick it up. That's why in Spain we have these big dishes like this, but because there's enough signal there, we can still pick it up, and it's perfectly legal, above board. Yeah, and Spain also have this thing that any over-the-air broadcast that is sourced from a foreign entity that is available to pick up in Spanish territory, if you can pick it up and watch it, fill your boots. Right. They're not interested. Absolutely not interested. It's a bit of a difference. Like we're talking about free-to-air stuff that there's no license for or anything like that. If you like Sky Sports, for example, now that's different. That's not a free-to-air program. Sky charge people to watch it, so obviously people get around it like that, but that's a different thing altogether. We're talking about free-to-air stuff.
All the free views.
All the stuff that's out there, it's in the air and it's open for anybody to pick up if they want to. Right. That's why. Now, BBC iPlayer, again, falls under this umbrella of free-to-air viewing. You don't have to pay for iPlayer. It's out there on the internet for anybody to watch if they got the means to pick it up. All the BBC can do is put these geofences up to try and stop people outside the UK from watching it. Now, how to get around it? there's two main ways to do this. One is called a VPN. Now, a VPN is a device, a system where if you put a VPN on your computer, that's one end of a tunnel, if you like.
Yeah.
And the other end of the tunnel is wherever country server you're connected to, say UK, for example. Now, everything in between your PC and the UK is invisible when you're going through a VPN, and it can't be detected. So all the BBC can see is your PC being connected in the UK. So it says, oh, that's okay, you can watch, you're in the UK. Having said that, they have learnt how to detect VPNs, mainly from social media. Because people say, yeah, I use this, I use that, I use that. And they go, oh, okay, we'll start blocking their IP addresses in. Same old story. Now, there is VPNs do work, but often you've got to pay for them. There are free ones out there. Don't touch them. There's nothing for free on the internet in that respect. These free VPNs, I can't remember what one of them was called. It was quite famous. But the payment was you were giving them all your data and all this sort of stuff, and then what you watch and all this kind of stuff. So avoid free stuff.
But doesn't that happen with most things?
No. These days, companies like, let's take for example, just pull out of the hat, Surfshark. That's a well-known VPN. Now they have a statement saying they do not collect data and all this kind of stuff, and that has to be verified by official bodies before they can put that out. So they don't.
So they can't sell your data on?
No, they don't collect any data.
So that's Surfshark?
Surfshark, and there's loads of this Surfshark, ExpressVPN, NordVPN, there's loads of them out there. They all work in the same way, all priced differently. You're talking starting from about €5 a month upwards. Now, the thing with a VPN is, because the BBC have learned how to detect these, you'll find you'll go on your VPN watching iPlayer and so on, and boom, goes off. And then you can't get it again. It's because BBC have blocked their IP address because they know that people are watching through them. Now, what they do, the VPNs, is they have a bucket of IP lists and they roll them around and change them like this. So it'll start working again after a little while. Now, VPNs are great, they work well. There is a better way of watching UK stuff. It's called Smart DNS.
Right.
And it's how it works is, you have to pay for it. There are free ones, again, avoid the free ones, pay for one. And you have to know a little bit about tech, because you've got to go into your PC and you have to change the DNS servers it uses.
Right.
I say to most people, that's, phew, what's that mean? Any tech shop will do it for you. Go in there, set it up for you. And basically what happens then is it doesn't hide where you are, but if you go bbc.co.uk on your PC, this service says, don't get it from here, get it from there. And it goes to what's called a proxy server in the UK, who's actually receiving it, and then they're passing it on to you. So as far as the BBC knows, it's going to a UK place.
So that's Smart DNS?
Yeah, Smart DNS. It's way better than VPN. It's usually more reliable.
So would you need the two? Would you need the VPN and the Smart?
Well, you can actually use both at the same time, but if your purpose is just to watch like the UK catch-up things, like, you know, Channel 4, My5 and all that, then just go for the DNS, I would. On its own, you don't need the VPN. VPN will give you private. There's lots of other uses for VPNs. Because it hides where you are, it gives you more privacy. So that whoever you're in contact with on the internet won't know you're in Spain. They'll think you're in wherever the other end of your tunnel is.
Right.
UK,
Yeah.
Switzerland, Germany, wherever you decide to connect to. That's where I think you are. And another use of VPNs is purely for security, because say you're banking in the UK and you're connected here in Spain. If you have a VPN, a little tunnel to the UK, then all that distance from your PC to the UK, nobody can get into it. It's totally secure. Nobody can hack into that or anything. So it gives you an extra level of security like that.
Good.
So, yeah.
Thanks very much.
That's right.
If your Fire Stick runs out of storage, what can you do?
Yeah, that does happen. We had a customer come in our shop last week with that problem. They're like a computer. If you keep downloading stuff, different apps, I mean, you might even accidentally save pictures and videos on the Fire Stick. It fills up. They've only got a little bit of storage on a Fire Stick. It doesn't take much to fill it up. So if yours is telling you, I've got no space left, you can't install that, go through your apps and just uninstall anything you're not using, same as you do with a PC. And then that should release all the space.
I think we did about the Fire Stick, about clearing the cache as well.
Yeah, that's a different thing. That's with we've got an app, and Cody's a good example. It has what's called a cache, which is like data about what you've been watching and stuff, just to make it easier for it to go back. And that does fill up a bit, and it can cause it to glitch. This is more, you're talking kilobytes of data, just little bits of data, whereas this you're talking big lumps of data, whole programs that people installed. However, that doesn't always fix it. Occasionally you'll do all that and it still says you've got no space and you've only got a couple of apps on there. If this has happened to your Fire Stick, it is an issue. Unfortunately, the only real way to get around it is to reset your Fire Stick.
And then you lose everything.
Trouble with resetting it, you lose anything you've installed on there, so you're going to have to install it back on again. And if you haven't got your passwords and your logins for stuff, so you need to make sure you've got, before you reset your Fire Stick, make sure you know all your logins and all the apps you've got on there, you know the logins and passwords and where you got the apps from, because not all apps come from the App Store. Some of them are downloaded separately and installed in another way. So there is that. But try uninstalling your app first, and then last resort is unfortunately resetting it.
And that'll sort the problem.
That would definitely sort it, go back to factory with all the memory left,
I'll buy a new one.
Yeah, or buy a new one, of course. Yeah.
Right, that's all we've got time for this week. Thank you very much, Christopher.
You're welcome.
Hope you'll join us next week for more questions. Send in your questions to Tek Talk at Camsol TV, and we'll put them to Chris again.
Yeah, great. Lovely to see you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.